Hello my friends, I'm Serenity Dawn and welcome to the story. Today I am bringing you my TBR for the Disney A Thon. It is a month-long readathon that is happening from the 1st of August through the 30th of August. Now, there are 4 teams that you can choose from. There's Team Mulan, Team Aladdin, Team Tangled, and Team Lion King. Each team has a different set of prompts, as well as a special ability that they are able to do. Having looked at the prompts as well as the special abilities, I have decided that I must choose. Drumroll please. Team Tangled. Don't you love Rapunzel? I love Rapunzel. And I love the fact that Pascal, which is the character with the special ability for Team Tangled, allows me to move throughout the board wherever I want, whenever I want. I love that. That will be very useful for a girl who doesn't like sticking to TBRs and must, at least while she's on her team's TBR. Wish me luck. I have to stick to this TBR because a requirement of 3 of the teams is that you have to stick to the TBR for your team that you have set forth by August 1st, unless you're Team Lion King. That was very tempting, but being able to skip around really cinched it for me, in addition to it being Team Tangled. I love that movie. Fun fact, when I was in junior high and high school, there was a lady at my church who her pet name for me was Rapunzel. So I have a special affinity for Tangled. So let's discuss why we're here. My TBR for this readathon. The first prompt for Team Tangled is Rapunzel to read a book with glowing reviews. And this is for 10 points. I put a ton of thought into this because glowing reviews is so subjective. Is that a 5-star read? Is that a 4-star read? Is that somebody just gushed and gushed and gushed about it? I mean, there's a lot of criteria that you can go down the list for and go over and check off the boxes. Since I was, to just put it simply, overthinking it, I decided to go with the last glowing review that I received in person. And this person gushed and gushed about how great this book was. And since I just finished the first 3 books in the Shades of London series that she wrote and thoroughly enjoyed them, I thought that I would try Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. I have not heard anybody who has talked about this book not love it. So I'm going to go with this for my glowing review for Rapunzel. Next prompt is Flynn Rider. For Flynn Rider, we are supposed to read a dark and mysterious book. And having just read my first Agatha Christie novel during the reading rush, I thought that I would read another one of her works. Now, I had hoped to read And There Were None, but I'm not sure exactly when I will get that book in, even though it's coming to me. It could be another 5 days, or it could be to me in a day or 2. So, as I don't want to wait, I'm going to read The Adventure of Sinister Stranger. And this is one of her shorter mysteries. It's like a novella, but it sounded intriguing, and it's a standalone, so it just sounded so cute. And it sounded so cute. It's dark and there's murder. Yeah, it's real cute. Dark, it's so cute. I don't know what I'm saying. The third prompt is the Snuggly Duckling. Read a book with a dreamy cover. Now, I have a lot of books that I feel like qualify for a dreamy cover, but the book that I didn't get to on my Reading Rush TBR, I feel like really does have a dreamy cover. And I wanted to read it so badly, and I didn't get it read. And that is The Adoration of Jenna Fox by Mary E. Pearson. I just think this cover is just almost ethereal and whimsical and just has a dreamlike quality to it. You've got a hand on the grass with this beautiful blue butterfly. It's very dreamy to me. I'll be reading this in August. And the Ugly Duckling prompt is worth 10 points. Now this next prompt is the one that gave me the most pause, and I had to think about the longest, because it is Mother Gothel. read a book about a power-hungry character. But the caveat is, it has to be a book that is out of your comfort zone. So not only does it have to have a power-hungry character in it, but it has to be a book that is out of your comfort zone. I'm pretty well comfortable with most genres and formats, but a format that I'm not super comfortable with because a big part of me just feels like it's cheating. Like, I don't know why, but I just had this hang up. And so I chose, after a lot of thought, I chose Outlaw, The Legend of Robin Hood. It is a graphic novel. It is a book format that I am not comfortable with. I think it's a very valid form, just personally I struggle with it. And so I thought that this would really make me branch out and explore a genre and a format that I want to, but I'm not comfortable with. And if the Sheriff of Nottingham and Little John are not power hungry, then I don't know who is. The last prompt for the Tangled team is Maximus, read the group book. Now, the group book, thankfully, is a book that has been on my TBR since the beginning of the year when I heard about it. And that is A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridget Krimmer. Now this is a Beauty and the Beast retelling. One of the main characters has cerebral palsy, which I found super intriguing because one of my mom's good friends had cerebral palsy. I've not seen a book with a character who has that, and I'm really intrigued to read a fiction book where that is the case. Also, it supposedly takes place in different dimensions almost. Modern day contemporary setting, and then a more fantastical setting. I don't know, it sounded really intriguing. I could be totally off or misheard about that, but that's what I've heard, and that really piqued my interest. So I'm excited to read this. It's a pretty good chunk of a book. It's 477 pages or thereabouts. It'll be a bit of a chunker, and that's part of why the books that I chose also for my set TBR for this readathon are a little bit smaller, because as some of you may know, setting a TBR and having to stick to it is painful for me. I did really good last week. I'm hoping that I can keep that momentum up in August until I at least get through this TBR. I want to thank and give a shout out to Sophie from Sophie's Book Nook and Bella from the Bookish Badger, because seeing their TBRs really pushed me to want to do this readathon. I know I wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't for them and having seen their TBR. So thank you, girls. I appreciate it. I hope that you've had a wonderful July and that your August is even better. What are your plans for the coming month? Are you doing any readathons? Is there a book that you're looking forward to getting into? Or do you have just a personal goal or milestone that you're wanting to achieve? My kids are starting school in August, and my oldest son is starting at a new academy, and it's got me a little bit sad and also excited and a little bit apprehensive, so, you know, all the feels. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and ring the bell. That way you'll be notified every time I post new videos. I hope that you're having a beautiful and blessed day, my friends. Don't forget to enjoy this story. I'll see you soon. Bye!